played two good teams, two good performances, so I think we were pretty pleased. We were able to rotate a lot on Thursday night and get a lot of players in, so that kept us fresh for Saturday's game, which was our goal going in. I think we just kind of went from there.
Cool. And then, Connor, I know for you, we just talked about last season was your first season playing here. You were an All-American. Did that sort of change your expectations or your mindset coming into this season, or was it more the same from your point of view?
I would say it's more of the same. Coach talks about it a lot. I mean, that was last season. That's all done. That's old news. So the biggest thing is to focus on this season and go from there. It was good to take the good and the bad from last season and just see what we can do with this one. But I think the biggest thing is just keep focusing on this season, and the rest will play itself out.
So we talked about what Connor did last year. You've been here a long time too. A lot of the guys on the back line have been here for a while.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about the advantage of having a veteran do that there as you guys are trying to keep clean sheets?
I mean, it's very good because we all know each other very well. But then again, yeah, it's good to have that experience as well. But then again, we can still improve on a lot of things as well. So, yeah, but it's definitely good.
And Coach, this week you got two conference teams and non-conference games. Just talk a little bit about the preparation for that as you're kind of getting towards the start of our MAC play.
Yeah, I think we've played some tough teams in our non-conference slate so far, so these are no different. Hopefully we've been prepared well by who we've played, and I think that's the case. But two good teams. Westminster, we talked about it today, they're a team that is above 500 every year, and they're very difficult to play. They make good adjustments in game, and nobody blows them out. So, I mean, that's always our goal when we go into a game, is to try to blow a team out. It's just not going to be like that, They're a rival. It's always a close game. And Pueblo is a team that was in the national tournament last year and has played a really tough schedule so far to start the season off. So we got our work cut out for us this weekend. So.
Anyone else questions?
Obviously, every game is kind of the same on the schedule in terms of trying to win and get better and all. But is it good to play a conference opponent when it's not a conference game, just to get a look at them and kind of get a feel for the conference? And you guys have been around, so you kind of understand. But
I think there's both positive and negative. As much as we get to see how they play, they also get to kind of get comfortable with us as well. So, yeah, I think it's good and bad as well. So,
As the guy who built the schedule, I just look at it from the standpoint that we want to play two good teams. And if that means that it's two conference opponents and non-conference games, that's fine. It's not going to hurt us. It's only going to help prepare us. So.
it's two more good teams to play, and it's a little easier sometimes to schedule those since you don't play them home and home.
Sure.
Every year.
Coach, I just had a question. Paxton touched on that you guys have a fair amount of veterans on your team. Just talk about how does it make you feel as a coach to prepare during the season?
Really confident. It's just nice to know that there's guys that have been there and done that before. We talked about it this year. We weren't necessarily coming into the season as fit as we wanted to be, but we felt like we were far ahead tactically from where we were last year, even just because it's the same group of guys that you've been able to work with. So the longer you're together, the more wrinkles you can add in, and we've evolved quite a bit from last year, I would say. It's hard to do that when you are constantly bringing in new guys. So having some veterans that have been around a long time gives you that confidence that you can add tweaks and keep improving. So.
And one more question. Talk about the leadership from these veterans on your team and how they've been welcoming in the newcomers, particularly freshmen and transfers.
Yeah, they set a good example for them. The culture of our team's been really good since I've been here, and I'm sure it's been really good before I got here. But one of the things that I've been really impressed with is that when new guys come in, it's not really kind of pushing them away because they're afraid of competition. It's how do we catch these guys up because we want to be successful, and the deeper we are and the better off the new guys are, the better we're going to be. And that's been our leaders' mindsets from the start.
Just kind of piggyback what he talked about, newcomers coming in. I was at the game, I think it was Saturday night, and he had a freshman score. How rewarding and refreshing was that to see that young man get a goal?
Yeah, I mean, he's a tremendous player, and he finishes the chances he gets. We create a lot of chances on the night. He was the guy that took them, but I mean, for us, we're not keying in on any one guy. I mean, if you look at it, I think Joey Joyner had 4 or 5 shots in the game. Manuel had a handful, and Fernando had a few, and just a lot of guys with opportunities. Right now, he's just hot, and he's putting them away. But I get excited anytime we score. So hopefully, some other guys can step up and start adding to it. But if we do, we're going to be pretty scary at that point. So.
Guys, defensively, with that back line being so veteran, and you know them pretty well, has it changed? Maybe taken a little bit of, maybe you don't have to direct as much from the goal because you know the communication that's going on?
Yeah, definitely. Communication's been one of our biggest assets all last season and this season. Between Issa, Jorge, Ethan, and Ray, and then anyone else that comes on, the communication is key. I always like to keep going. It keeps me involved in the game because sometimes the back line plays so well that I don't have to touch the ball so much. So as long as I can keep talking, putting people in the right positions, just stay engaged, and it goes for everybody. The more you communicate between the lines, the more engaged you are in the game, and you can play a full 90. So I love what I'm seeing from my back line.
It looks like the back line is just like, we're just going to make sure the ball stays on that end of the field. Because the way you guys have shut people down lately, is that also part of the experience? You understand how each other plays so well?
Yeah, I think what Coach is saying, we try to really blow out teams and dominate. So as much as we can play in the opposition's half, the better for us. And I mean, we don't like as much as we're defenders, we don't like to defend all game. We like to get more opportunities, and we're pretty competitive as a back line. We set targets for each other. We want to score goals, get assists too. So we want to help the team as much as possible.
See, it's more fun to get up there and
Yeah, for sure.
give the forwards a little help.
Yeah.
They need it, right?
Yeah.
Anyone else have anything?
Okay, I'm good.
All right, question of the week, guys. So we've asked you what your favorite meal was and where you want to go on a road trip. So where is your favorite place to eat out when you're on the road? Do you have a favorite spot that you look forward to going to throughout the year?
I mean, yeah, the night before every game, we get Olive Garden, and honestly, it never gets old. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm always down for some OGs.
I was going to say, we don't mix it up very often, so I don't think they get a chance to have a favorite, or everyone's favorite here is going to be pretty much the same. But I like eating at Which when we're on the road, so that's one of the things we'll do sometimes they have a game.
Between Olive Garden and Domino's, Olive Garden.